Okay, so I had heard a Twitter call about a new token, etc. So I emailed Rodney, the owner of NUTRA Token, and because the voice sounded familiar and I hadn't been in touch with him for a long time, but I couldn't get into the NUTRA group, and I asked, was that Blaine on the Twitter call you did a couple of days ago? He said, Rodney said, I didn't give up, no. There just isn't any community members in there to talk to. And yes, that was Blaine on the Twitter space that I did. And then, of course, we've got a phone message here.
Yeah, that's Blaine. And I've known Blaine for over a year now. Blaine was the first person I talked to when I started NUTRA. He was the first person. He's the one that brought everybody onto my team. I trust Blaine. And I'm helping him out with Crazy Gems. I'm going to make him a product. With my NUTRA Telegram, there's just no action in there, man. I can't bring members in there. I'm working on the BNB token so that I can try and salvage something with the ETH contract. Now, you know, I don't know what you have against Blaine. If it's going to be about what happened with your contract, you know, lots of people say stuff, man. You know, if I've never met you in my life, how can I trust you that you're telling me the truth? Right? So I've got 20 people telling me stuff. How am I going to know what they're saying is the truth? How am I going to know what you're saying is the truth, right? That's why on my BNB token, I'm going to have full control over everything. Okay, I'm getting the contract made somewhere. So this is going to be my token, my contract. Everything is going to work how I want it to work. Like, I'll have control over it. I brought my market cap down pretty low to where I'm not screwing people over. In fact, do you know how much money I've lost with NUTRA filling up that rewards pool? I've spent over 25, 30 grand just to make people happy, right? Do you know how much I had in my wallet when I launched NUTRA? After like a week or two, I had over 100 grand in my deployer wallet. I could have rugged that so fast and nobody could have done anything about it. And I would have had $100,000 and nobody would have saw me. But I didn't do it, dude. So I understand that I don't know if you bought in with the ETH contract, but I don't have control over that, man. I don't have control over my Ethereum contract. I cannot do anything with it. Which means that it's like that I have no control over my business. You know what I mean? Which is why I couldn't do anything about the rewards, man. I've never touched that contract, ever. Defiant has always had 100% control over it. So anything that's gone wrong with that contract is not my fault, man. It's not my fault. No matter what anybody says, it's not my fault. But I'm going to try and make it right. I've already given people ETH. Like, I am literally broke with how much I have given people. So I am one dev that is probably one of the most honest devs that there is. I have not taken any money from anybody. So what happens in my Telegram, that's not my fault, man. I'm working on a supplement that I just got startup funds for. Like, my mods and stuff are supposed to be doing that, but there's nobody in there, dude. So if I can't just get in there and just start talking and nobody's in there, I'm not going to waste my time on that, dude. Like, we're working on something massive. And if I wouldn't have spent all the money that I put on that rewards app, I'd have my product paid for right now, dude. And it's just, it cost me too much money, man. Like, so when you ask me if that's Blaine, like, dude, yes, that's Blaine. Who cares, man? Blaine is literally one of the coolest dudes I've met. And I've known Blaine longer than anybody. Okay, so the BNB token that I'm going to be doing, it's going to be my contract. I will have control over that contract. So if anything happens with that one, then, you know, people can come at me and be like, yo, dude, what'd you do with the contract? You know, like, what's going on with your product? What's going on with your token? Okay, then I can, like, answer them and say, all right, this is what happened. But, dude, I've had so much FUD go on with NUTRA because I've had dApps where token amounts wouldn't show up, where other stuff didn't show up that looked cheap because Craig wanted to do everything. And for example, my NFT contract that Craig did, the NFTs aren't showing up for. Like, people can't see their NFTs. So now I have to pay somebody to do it again. You know what I mean? Like, with stuff that happened, like with, like, for example, my staking dApp that Craig did. Everybody staked, and then none of their tokens showed up. So what happens? He had to redo it, and we had to airdrop everybody tokens, and I had to spend more money. More money. More money. More money. More money. And I keep spending it because things aren't getting done right, dude. A full year of this, man. Like, I am frustrated. You know what I mean? But the lucky thing is I've got a manufacturing plant. I've got a business, dude. If my contract doesn't work, my business is still successful. I'm still making products. The contract is I'm doing this because I want to help other people make money in the nutraceutical industry. That's why I'm doing the contract. I'm not doing the contract for me, dude. I'm doing this in crypto because I want to help people make money, and then I've got products that I want to put out. But if I have a contract that doesn't work and I'm getting FUD all the time, I'm getting people that are complaining because shit's not working, I can't continue with that, man. Right? So I'm literally trying as much as I can to make everything work. You know how it is, right? What happened with your contract? I heard something happen, like, I have people telling me that you rugged it. And then I have people telling me that you said that a whale got his wallet broken into. Like, so now am I going to go to your Telegram and start saying all that stuff? Hey, I heard that you rugged your cook, and I heard that you did this. I heard that you had another guy sell all his tokens, and you took the money and blah, blah. You know what I mean, dude? People are going to talk shit all the time. People are going to just talk shit, man. None of us have met each other. None of us. I've never met you. I've never met Craig. I've never met Justin. I've never met them. Do you see where I'm going at with this, bro? Crypto, man, it seems like everybody everybody looks out for themselves. And I've seen that, and I've witnessed it. And I have suffered, it seems, because of that. And I want everything to run smoothly. Like, Defiant told me that they would lend me the ETH, the 12 or 13 or whatever ETH for the reward system, but then I had to pay them back double. Like, they get 1% of my contract, but yet they're not going to help me out unless I pay them double. You would think that they would want to help me out to get my contract going, to get this product going to where I put all my revenue into this contract. Because this product that I'm doing, man, oh, wait till you see it. and you're going to understand how much money is going to be made with it. But I can't do it with the contract I'm at right now, man. I can't. Because it's, there's people don't want to invest in a token when your rewards aren't working. Then they think that I'm just taking them. And then Craig jumps in on those AMAs and just starts blurting shit out. That's not even true. Trying to make it sound like I stole all the rewards, when that's not what happened. I can't steal them, dude. I can't even get into that contract. How can I steal the rewards if I can't get into that contract? I can't. You see, so, man, like, I mean, I don't know how much you've put into NUTRA. Like, how much have you lost in NUTRA, dude? How much have you put into NUTRA? Tell me. I want to know how much you spent, if it's really this important to you. Like, dude, like, why don't, instead of always like hit me up with this kind of crap, dude, when I've already told everything in all the AMAs and the spaces that we've done and the voice chats that we did. I don't know if you didn't listen. Like, I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm going to go down this path with the BNB token, because this is the only way, dude. There's no other way to get the contract up and going and to get people rich with the ETH contract, because nobody wants it, dude. Nobody wants it. And, I don't even get help from them really anymore. I don't get any help from Defiant. Like, I haven't even talked to them, dude, in like over a week now. But anyways, man, crypto is, I don't even know why you want to be in my Telegram. Why do you want to be in my Telegram? Are you the one that's like the spy that's going and telling Craig everything that goes on? Like, come on, dude. Craig comes at me, hey, I heard this and this, and I heard this, and I heard this, and you're doing this, and I heard this, and I heard this, and I heard this. Like, all right, Mom. Like, man, my dad's company makes, let's see, over $45 million a year. I own shares in that company. I have a career in that company. I'm going to run that company. I don't need crypto, man. So I'm not doing this to rip people off. I don't need crypto. I've got my full-time job. I've got a degree. I'm working on my MBA. So I'm not out here to rip anybody off, man. I'm not out here to do that. That is not what I want to do, because I have been ripped off. I have been ripped off a lot of money from a lot of dishonest devs. A lot. You know how much I lost in your token? A lot. But do I keep on hitting you up and like, you know what I mean, dude? I lost over $1,000 and I lost over a whole ETH in your project, bro. Whole ETH, but that's crypto, right?
No, the ETH token is dead. Especially after what...
Okay, I didn't want it to jump down, but anyway, all of this, because prior to that, it had been weeks since I had asked him about anything. Basically, I was telling him that I was unable to get into his group, the Telegram group. And then I heard an AMA. It sounded like somebody that I knew, and double checked, and I got that vile message from him. And okay, but he made some lies about Gyra, and just all around angry when all I asked him was, did you give up your NUTRA group? And was that Blaine on the Twitter call you did a couple of days ago? So I told him, said, you got me all wrong. He just sounded so familiar that I had to ask. I have nothing at all against Blaine. He's the one that did my token contract. I thought he disappeared, so it's good he's still around. I have definitely not rugged and just don't have any funds to promote. I haven't talked bad about your token at all. I wish you all the success. I'm a top 10 holder. I also want people to make money with my token. Wish I had the money to help you. Your frustration is misguided. I was simply asking. I'm not attacking. I got booted from the NUTRA group, so I can't see what's happening. I want you to succeed. I have almost 10 grand in it with putting in my rewards. No, I have no ill intention, and sure don't talk to Craig at all, ever. I'd love for us to work together in some way. My token has never gone below 3x since launch. All my holders, what few there are holders, as most are investors in something else I am involved with, and they bought crypto for the first time because it was me. I even started a crypto club where people pooled funds, and the only tokens I have from that are NUTRA and Gyra. We somehow got off on the wrong foot, and I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. That was never my intention. So he comes back with, I'm guessing Blaine is a good guy. Defiant was the worst decision I ever made, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I went through all that because now I know what to do and what not to do. Also, I have learned who to trust and who not to trust. I was rude and I'm sorry. It's just that during the transition, Craig kept hitting me up, saying that so-and-so told him this and so-and-so told him that. It was like someone was telling on me to my mom and I was getting in trouble. LOL, I hated it. Craig and Justin won't admit that they half-assed everything with my project, and it made me look bad. Every project they have launched has done horrible, except for one, I think. Defiant itself is doing horrible. I wish I would have researched them before signing that contract. They were referred to me by John Minjavar, and he did it because he knew they were junk. John is another long story. Defiant says they paid $100,000 for the contract they used. They got ripped off hardcore, and if it's a true story, because their contract isn't anything special and it didn't work for me. I spent the whole time putting ETH into the rewards pool because Craig didn't have a clue how to fix it. The whole thing is a mess. I would never refer anyone to them. So I was rude to you because I kept getting messages from Craig and I was annoyed. So I'm sorry. My BNB token is going to explode and kill it with my supplement I'm doing for it. So a few days later, that was so another week later, I said, how's it going, Rodney? Sure hoping your token can come back to life and excited for the BNB one. It will get traction and help the other, hopefully. I had no clue what was going on. I hadn't seen or done anything. Like I said, I'm not in the Telegram group, so I don't know any news, anything. And I was just checking in on him. I thought we had taken care of everything here. And apparently not. So he then says,
No, the ETH token is dead.
dead.
Especially after what Craig did. So
Blaine.
my ties with Defiant are cut. It was their plan the whole time to do what they're doing now. Ask Sam, I called it 3 weeks ago. I told them exactly what Defiant was gonna do, and they did it. So fuck them, dude. They need the ETH, obviously. I mean, 5 ETH in a liquidity pool. That's what the amount of FUD that's gonna come their way. If that's what it's worth to them, then whatever. But the BNB token is still going, and the supplement I got is already being started, so hasn't hurt the project any or the business. It just made it so a lot of holders lost out on money. I mean, I was trying to give people or give back to some of the people who had shit. One guy spent 10 grand, added up to 80,000, never sold, never collected rewards, and it is now down to like half an ETH, I think. I mean, so I gave him half an ETH worth so that he could recuperate some. I did it to like 3 or 4 other people, and Craig saw it, so he's using that to say that we're scamming everybody now. But I'm sorry, 6 ETH in a liquidity pool isn't, and you've only given out 2 ETH. You're not trying to scam anybody. It just shows how childish it is, and Craig is having periods daily. So, he just had another period and blew up. And Justin had no idea that he had done that. He had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what was going on. And nobody ever sent me a message saying, what's going on? What are you doing? He just had a period and fucking did what he did. But it's fine because now I don't have to worry about those fucking people, and I can just move forward.
Okay, so he goes, it's fine. No, it isn't fine. I lost over 10 grand. I knew it was down since I only had a little over 700 in it, and I meant 700 as a value balance. Not that I only had 700, because I had just under 10 grand, and I'll show that here in just a moment. But evidently he doesn't believe me, as we'll get into later. But don't really care what he thinks. But I just said I'm sick over this. I understand it isn't your fault, but it is sickening to lose that much when you have such high hopes. I think I am about done with alts now. I will concentrate on my token, and that is it from here out. Sorry you got taken. I know it sucks. He says, if I could get Defiant to not do what they are doing, I could help out a lot of people, but I can't do anything. Someone needs to go into their Telegram and tell them off, but I know no one is going to do that. Rodney, it's not anybody else's place. You should be fighting. And whether it's an inconvenience or not, I think character and integrity play a big role in this. And you're saying you're helping people out. There was no warning that it was going to go down. I've been in touch with you, as I could scroll up and up and up, and he never once bothered to say, hey, you better jump ship while you can. He sure didn't let. I'm actually the number 8 holder, maybe number 7 in his token, and he didn't bother to offer me any ETH. He didn't bother to make it right. He didn't bother to warn me that the token was done with. You cannot go back in. You cannot sell it now. There's no. It will not go through a sell. I was willing to try to get my $700 back if that was all I could get. At least get something. So, yeah, this is nonsense. But I said I have 2 NUTRA wallets, with one being in the top 10 holders, another one that has over 6 million tokens. Are you planning to comp the ones who lost on this one when you launch the new one? And my idea was, hey, you're launching a whole new token. Are you just going to scam a whole different group of people? Are you going to cheat a whole new group of people? How do you expect to be trusted when you've rug pulled? You rug pulled a wallet. And that's all I was asking. I mean, it's no big deal. If you're going to give me my value, not what the token is worth now, because a lot of people dumped and ran. No, what I invested in this one, are you going to convert it to the new token? That would be the right thing to do. So that's all I'm asking here. The one wallet is a group account that only has NUTRA and Gyra. Trying to figure out how I can make it up to the others. I won't let them get screwed just because I did. Trying to see if you make things right or figure out what I will need to do. I can't let them down. My total loss right now is well over 12,000. If they did that to my token, I would have to see about filing fraud or deceptive trades practices charges against them or suing them. He continues to whine and moan about Defiant doing this and doing that to them. To him, they're a U.S.-based company out of Philadelphia. And why wouldn't you get a lawyer involved? Because you're talking many thousands of dollars. Not only that, but you are the leader of the group. You are in charge. You are responsible. If something happens in anything that I operate as the head of it, it all comes to me. Regardless of who does what, it's mine. And it's up to me to make it right. An employee or someone you contract doesn't care. They're taking their money and running. You're left holding the bag. What are you going to do to make it right and make it up? And then I get this one.
Yeah, dude, I can't compensate you. They stopped trading on the contract. That's them rugging the project, dude. Defiant's a dying project. They have no utility. They have nothing to offer anybody. So this is how they stay afloat. Okay, Chris is gonna claim that I'm doing fraudulent shit with my own contract. No, I was giving tokens to people. Sorry, man. I mean, fuck, dude. If I was literally going to different people and giving them tokens until they shut it off. So I can't do anything, man. I'm sorry. It's just, it's how it is. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. If they wouldn't have done that, then I could have sent people tokens. I could have sent you tokens, and you could have cashed them out, and you could have reclaimed something. I mean, all that was left in the liquidity pool is 6 ETH. I mean, that's not even 10 grand. Like, you know, the token went down a lot. So that part, you know, that's just how it is. 6 million tokens, you know, when they shut the contract off, wasn't worth anything. That's worth like 0.1 of an ETH. So you're going to get 0.1 of an ETH in Defiant tokens, man. This is how they do it. They're going to take a token that's not worth anything because of contract issues, and they're going to airdrop you tokens that aren't worth anything, because they're going to airdrop you Defiant tokens. They're not worth anything. And you're going to get whatever your 6 million tokens is worth, which is about $100, maybe less. That's what you'll get in Defiant, dude. They're pieces of shit. So they didn't even talk to me about this. Like, they didn't even ask me, like, what's going on? They didn't even do that. Craig just doing his thing, freaking out and jumping the gun on everything. So I'm done with Defiant, man. I'm done with Defiant. I tried, dude. I spent over, I think I spent about 50 grand trying to keep that reward pool afloat so people could claim their rewards, so people could be happy, dude. I am out a lot. So I'm sorry that you're out some, dude. Lots of people are out. Tiger had over 80 million NUTRA tokens. 80 million. Like, he put a fuck ton of money into it. And now he's screwed. So you're going to have to talk to Defiant, dude. So.
Okay, so many things wrong with this. And he keeps talking about the rewards pool and what he's put into it and all of that. The rewards pool, when you bought NUTRA Token and it's sitting in your wallet, you pay tax. Part of that tax was to go into a reward pool. Okay, and the only way you made money was people buying and selling NUTRA, and that tax was going into that pool, and they would distribute based on how much NUTRA you had. So there wasn't extra funds being put into that either way. It was the buyers and sellers that were funding it. So him coming up with this nonsense about having to put money into it, it's only putting out what was collected in taxes. So there's something fishy there. I don't completely understand that, because it's nothing he had to fund. It makes no sense. But you notice he can't accept responsibility for anything. It's all blame game. And then on top of that, he's focusing on the $6 million. That was my little wallet. That was just the group wallet. I had over $50 million in my own personal wallet. So anyway, I responded to him. I said, it isn't anyone else's place to call defiant. That's on you. You highlighted the $8 million. I mistakenly said 8. It should have been 6. When my other wallet has over $50 million. This is not a small loss, as I bought throughout your run-up and kept buying. Now you're going to do another token while leaving your base in the dust? Sorry, not on my watch. I get you lost a lot. You're the head of NUTRA, no matter who's to blame. The group account that I have with several friends and family are the ones who invested in NUTRA, and I won't be low enough to say, oh well, too bad. I made the bad judgment to invest in NUTRA, and I will make it up to them. It's called character and integrity to do the right thing. I really thought you had some. So again, dude, I tried doing the right thing and they stopped me. What can I do? Also, why are you having your family invest in NUTRA before yours? I don't believe you at all. I have tried and they won't. Sorry. Again, I don't think his comprehension skills are third, fourth grade level, because he simply can't understand what I'm saying and doesn't even care to try to understand what I'm saying. But he goes on, when your so-called whale wallet got hacked, did you make it right for all the holders of your token? Again, idiot talk. He's a blithering idiot, in my opinion. Nobody got hacked. I don't know what he's talking about here. Again, deflection, blame, trying to take the heat off of his failures. I don't know what it is. He says, no, you didn't, did you? There was nothing to make up. I don't have a clue what he's talking about here. And so you expect me to? LOL, dude, don't message me anymore, okay? I have told you everything. I can't do anything because I don't own the effing contract. You talk to them. It's your investment, not mine. I did not tell you to invest, nor did I tell you to have your family invest. I did not make you do anything. That's the risk factor for crypto is high. I'm sorry, but he comes across as an idiot to me. A blithering idiot. And I wish I had seen him speak and talk more before I got invested in his token. But anyway, I responded. I thought you had at least a little intelligence. Your post proves me wrong. So much hostility coming from you. Have you considered getting an attorney to fight them? Just saying, oh well, doesn't come across as really trying. I didn't have friends and family invest in NUTRA before Gyra. I started a club and I invested for them. I invested a chunk of the funds into NUTRA. I am holder number 10 on your list of holders. In my personal wallet, the club is holder 21. I couldn't possibly care any less whether or not you believe me. But people that know me know one thing, I don't lie. Neither does the blockchain. No idea what you're talking about when you say a so-called whale got hacked. I have never had a whale in my token. Nothing was ever told to me about anything like that. Care to prove it? You have made several accusations about my token, and all I can think is that you are taking cheap shots for whatever reason without verification or justification. Maybe it makes you feel better about your own incompetence. You are right about one thing. You never told me to invest. I can make you a promise. I will make all kinds of noise about your new token, as you are not to be trusted. I think you are nothing more than a con artist pretending to have some integrity. I guess we're all entitled to our opinion. Perhaps the tokens you went to initially already knew the real you when they declined your offers. And let me explain that. He'll know what I'm talking about. He had been rug pulled a couple times and so forth and so on, but he went to several tokens, including Saitama, and said, hey, I've got this manufacturing warehouse. I can make a product for you. You can slap your label on it and your name and the stuff about your token, blah, blah, blah. And nobody took him up on it. So he decided he would start his own token and promote his own product and all that. So that's where that comes from. But I go on to say, either way, Rodney, I wish you the best and hope one day you will consider incorporating a little integrity in your life. I completely understand the risk of crypto. I am adding you as just another con in a string of several I have dealt with. The number of thieves and cons is sadly staggering in this arena. Is that your new badge of honor? You claimed you were going to do things differently and sadly did the same as many others. Maybe you can get with Jad and several others and continue to cheat people. You're great at the blame game. You must feel better knowing you don't accept any fault with your failed token. You claim you lost on mine, but that was just another lie. I would ask you to prove your loss of Gyra. We have never been below our launch price and nowhere close. The only possible way you could lose with Gyra is if you bought at the very high price and failed to hold. I haven't rugged my project. We are still over 4x the launch price, so stop with the nonsense. I get it. You want to deflect and attack so you feel better about the scummy way you did your token. Does it make you right and shows a deep character flaw. The last thing I will suggest, you pretend to be a professional. You might work on the deed references and perhaps drop the F-bomb from the vocabulary. It makes you look juvenile and inept. I usually see people who have that vulgarity in their everyday language need to prove something. It's one thing to say it, but when you have to type it out, it says even more about a person's character. So, suffice to say, NUTRA Token is planning to start a token on the BNB side. I can't scream it loud enough to stay away. You see this man's character. You see his ability to accept responsibility. I don't have to play guessing games. I don't have to go back and forth and he said, she said, it's all right here. You saw it, you heard him. You heard him get angry when there was nothing to get angry about. It's amazing how people take it. And it kind of helps prove the point that you don't get the inflections and you sure can't read exactly what somebody is meaning in the written word by it's just taken so completely out of context. But NUTRA was a rug pull, can't deny that. People lost a lot of money, can't deny that. Rodney is in charge of NUTRA Token, can't deny that. He owns the token, can't deny that. He refuses to make it right. He's proven that. He has never once accepted any responsibility. That's a proven fact. So nothing I am saying here is to personally put him down as far as making anything up. He's done it all right here for me and anybody within earshot, and I hope that you will make others aware that NUTRA, whether it was intentional or not, turned out to be a complete scam. And now he's going to launch another token? Are you kidding me? So please do not consider getting involved. because should anything happen, and I could be way off base, and the BNB token could be a fantastic money-making token, and everything goes well and goes smooth, but a person's track record has got to speak volumes. So when something happens, if it does, and that token goes to pot, he won't accept responsibility as proven by his previous actions. So please, please, please do not consider buying NUTRA Token. I have warned you. I have proven that he has an issue with character and integrity. So buyer beware. That's all I can tell you.